Welcome to the Real Highlights podcast with me being Rob and Masai. We're going to get right off into the NBA headlines with Raptors coach Nick Nurse named 2019-2020 Coach of the Year. I think I think he really deserves it. I know Billy Donovan was in the conversation. Actually got the media's Coach of the Year. I don't know. I mean, he had Chris Paul. Nick Nurse lost his finals MVP in Kawhi Leonard and still managed to keep a really good record. We're gonna go straight to Luka. He got injured yesterday on an ankle sprain. It didn't look very good. It looked like it hurt really bad. I think I'd Dallas win this game, that series in 6. I just don't see that happening if he doesn't play in Game 4, because I think they'll be down 3-1. What do you think about that, Masai?
I think without Luka and with Kristaps and Tim Hardaway and Seth Curry, I don't think Kristaps, Tim Hardaway, and Seth Curry could do it by themselves. So I think Kawhi and Paul George are going to have to tap in and pull away with this series.
What do you think about Paul George also? He is not playing well. 3 for 16 the last game. 13 or 11 or 13 points. Same with the game before that. He's just not playing great.
I think he has to focus in more, but I think he feels like he doesn't have to do as much as he has to in other situations. Like with Russell Westbrook, he had to do a little bit more. But in this situation, he's really just trying to get into a groove. But
yeah, that makes sense. He's Kawhi. He knows they're fine. He's just trying out new moves. He's trying to get his feeling back for shooting. Celtics up 3-0 on Philly. I had Celtics sweeping them anyway without Simmons. With Simmons, I could see Philly beating them, but I still had Celtics winning.
You had it as a sweep?
Yeah, I had Celtics sweeping them without Simmons.
I think I gave them a game.
They have Kemba, Jason Tatum. I don't know. What about Embiid? Do you think he's staying? Do you think he's going to request a trade? He's not on the... He's a restricted free agent pretty soon here.
I think one of them is gone. I don't know which one it's going to be. I don't know if I was the 76ers. I would think I would want to keep Joel Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I wouldn't... I don't know. Ben Simmons he's nice, but I don't think he's a great... I don't know, man.
I
have mixed feelings.
If I'm Philly, I'm going to fire Brett Brown and Elton Brand, the GM.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Elton Brand gave Tobias Harris, a non-All-Star, $170 million for the next 5 years. It's a horrible deal. And then also gave Al Horford like $120 million for 4 years, which is another horrible deal. I don't see why you do that. So they got to get rid of those guys. Like, I'd rather trade Tobias Harris for nothing, and same with Al Horford, just to get some cap to be able to maybe do something.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I could also see Embiid and trade to Golden State, Boston even, because I think those teams have the assets to trade for him. I could totally see Simmons getting traded too. But Jazz up 2-1 on Denver. I did not see this come after that Denver was going to win in 5 or 6. They still could, but Donovan Mitchell playing out of his mind. Mike Conley dropping 27 and what do you have, 8 threes, 7 threes?
And that was his first game back.
First game back. I'm telling you, once you have a baby and you become great, bro. Fred VanVleet last year in the playoffs became great. So yeah, I don't. The Jazz, they're a good team. It'd shock me if they beat the Nuggets though, because once Jamal Murray starts playing good, once Jokic starts playing better, and once Michael Porter Jr., if he just keeps doing what he's doing, I think Nuggets will get him out of there pretty easily.
Don't sleep on Mitchell.
Raptors look like they're gonna sweep Brooklyn. I think everyone was expecting that. Especially, Brooklyn, Jamal Crawford getting injured. He couldn't even play in that series. And KD, Kyrie, Spencer Dinwiddie, all those guys not playing. What do you think about Brooklyn trading for a guy like Bradley Beal?
No.
You don't think that's happening? No way. They have all the assets to trade for him.
Nope. I think that they're just gonna wait this out and go with Kyrie and KD next year.
So Timberwolves, our team, our favorite team, getting the 1 pick. I don't think they're gonna keep it. I think they'll end up trading it for a guy like Booker, preferably. Although Booker played out of his mind, they went 8-0 in the bubble, but I think we do have the assets to be able to make a pull trade.
How much do you think his stock went up?
Oh, way up. I think to get Booker, we'll have to give up an extra few picks.
I think once he asked to leave, it's up from there. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Tonight we have Lakers Blazers. Is if Damian Lillard plays out of his mind, I think Blazers win that, especially if their role players play great. But if Damian Lillard plays average 25 and 10, I think.
Injury. You forgot about the injury.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If he doesn't play great with the injured finger, I mean, I could totally see LeBron just playing out of his mind, taking this.
Did LeBron play good last game?
No,
or is he just?
he had 10
I
points.
think AD was playing good.
AD played out of his mind last game.
I'm telling you, AD. I don't think LeBron really wants to try to score this whole series. I think he just wants to
Get AD
make
going.
sure the whole team is just scoring. And then
Oklahoma, Houston. I had Oklahoma win this series. I don't think they will though. I thought Chris Paul was gonna play much better. I thought the rest of the team was gonna play much better. But obviously Harden, he's a decent basketball player. Westbrook's not even playing. I bet Westbrook won't even play this round. I bet he'll just sit it out and come back in the second round healthy against the Lakers. Which that'll be an interesting series. I could totally see the Rockets beating the Lakers with their aggressive defense. Just see if LeBron doesn't step up. Because he's not playing as well as he should be right now.
I don't see them winning at all. James Harden is nice. I think James Harden could put up. He could probably average 40 in a series, but with Russell, I think they're worse with Russell for some odd reason. So I think Russell. I have a question. Do you think Russell should stay out and just wait with the injury since they're already up 2-0?
Oh yeah, he shouldn't play this series. I think he should wait it out. But yeah,
should he try to get a rhythm inside of this OKC series?
I could see him coming back on limited minutes in Game 4, like 10 minutes, just try and get some shots up. But he also, he has practice. They can scrimmage in practice. What do you think about Milwaukee doing anything? I have a feeling they're going to lose.
Today?
Yeah, they won by 14. I could totally see them losing to the Miami Heat though. Miami Heat are the only team that beat them 2 times in the regular season. They have shooters like Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn. Everyone on the team can shoot. They have Kelly Olynyk. No one talks about Butler. Butler's their main guy. He'll play out of his mind.
I think a Toronto Heat at Eastern Conference Finals.
That's totally possible. Totally possible.
Not be that out of the ordinary.
I think Toronto's going to beat Milwaukee if they go to the conference finals, which will then be like, well, is Giannis going to stay? Because Giannis could easily request a trade. A team like Golden State, they have Wiggins for salary, who they could totally trade.
Oh yeah, James Watt. Do you think the Warriors keep their pick, or do you think they shop it?
I think they could totally trade their pick for a guy like Simmons. I don't think they'll go for Simmons, but like a guy like Embiid. It's like the top 2 teams with the top 2 picks might trade it. That's pretty crazy. It's so weird not having free agency in July. It's a bit odd. Clippers or Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, assuming Paul George starts playing better, and assuming LeBron starts playing better.
Clippers or Lakers? Based off what I've seen in the playoffs, I'm going with. Dang.
I think Clippers have a bit.
Both have had.
I think it will come down. I think it will come down to who has a better bench.
Yeah.
Because Kawhi, I think Kawhi he's insane. He can score whenever he wants, play great defense. I think
it depends on who gets hot from 3.
If they make 23s and Lakers make 10.
Yeah, whoever has the hot hand.
If Danny Green goes 1 for 10 again, KCP. If they don't do anything.
Danny Green's been off. Caldwell Pope just got on the last game. He was off the first game.
And Caldwell Pope's streaky. He's like a younger J.R. Smith.
He comes on sometimes. But yeah, they need to start hitting more shots.
Do you think the Warriors, will they be able to win a ring next year if they can pull off a trade for someone? Or even if they don't pull off a trade, what if they just rock with Anthony Edwards, LaMelo, whoever it is?
I don't think they should get Joel Embiid, to be honest.
Why?
Because he could end up being like DeMarcus Cousins and having just an injury.
He could be. He's been consistently injured.
So I don't think that'll help them too much.
You think Atlanta will make any moves for anyone to pair Trae Young? They have John Collins, but
I think they should get Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal. That'd be a good scoring duo.
Who's the shooting guard?
Kevin Huerter, who's played pretty well.
I don't know how they would do it, but they
years.
should try to get Bradley Beal. I think the 6 picks is enough for Bradley Beal. 6 pick and a couple of.
What about Sacramento? Almost making the playoffs last year. They fired their coach, hired Luke Walton, and now they weren't even playoff contention. I think that's pretty crazy.
Sacramento.
I mean, I think that's so dumb that
I
would.
think they're gonna trade Buddy Hield.
You think so?
I think they're talking about how he doesn't want to really be there.
I think no one wants to. I mean, there's so many guys who have played for Luke Walton who get traded and then become all-stars or borderline all-stars. Like Julius Randle, 22 and 10.
Potential?
I think he could end up being like a one-time, two-time all-star. What about Markelle Fultz? He's playing great, and this is really his rookie year, I think.
This might be sad, but who does he play for right now?
Orlando.
Oh.
It's like his rookie year. He's averaging, I think he's like 15 and 10 as a rookie.
Was he doing good in the first game?
Yeah, I mean, let's check his stats. What's he doing? I mean, he did nothing. He did nothing today. He's averaging 10 and 5 and 1 in the postseason, and I can't really check his regular season stats. But he had 15 and 6 that first game of the series.
You think the Bucks give up another game?
No. Giannis isn't having it.
The rest of the series, they sweep?
Yeah, they have 2 more wins. I just don't see it happening, especially with James Ennis being out, one of Orlando's key 3-and-D guys.
Do you think Denver Nuggets get it together?
Yeah, I do. I think they'll start playing better at some point. Once they start playing better, it's over for Utah. They just don't. I mean, Utah missing Bogdanovich. I mean, and especially if Rudy goes back to his normal self, not putting up 20 and 10 and putting up more like 10 and 10. I mean, I just don't see them winning. Especially Denver played pretty well that first game. Eric Bledsoe for Milwaukee needs to start playing better if they want anything. Chris Middleton also needs to. Chris Middleton's not playing well this series. Bledsoe's playing all right, but they really need a closer.
How do you feel about the Knicks getting the 8th pick? Do you think it's rigged? Do you think the NBA hates the Knicks?
No, because that was the pick they were expected to get. I mean, I don't know. Dole needs to sell the team for the Knicks to ever be good. I mean, I think Dante DiVincenzo has a chance to be that closer for Milwaukee at some point. He can shoot, he can dribble, he can create his own basket. He did it at Villanova in the national championship.
Any more headlines?
I mean, no. I mean, Miami's up by 5 right now. The fourth quarter, I think they'll easily pull away. Brogdon 24 and 13. What about Oladipo? He's not playing great. He's coming off his injury. Do you think he'll end up staying in Indiana, or think he'll end up getting traded or signing with a new team? I think he's. I think
they keep him.
You think they keep him?
Yes. I don't think they have anybody to really trade for at the moment that would benefit them.
I mean, they were. Milwaukee was on a. They were actually. I think they were the 3 or 4 seed. Without Oladipo, Oladipo comes back and they drop to 5. Which is, I mean, it's questionable. There's not much else going on in the bubble currently. I know the WNBA, the Lynx are playing great. They just beat the Mercury. They beat Diana Taurasi, the GOAT. Maya Moore is obviously not going to come back. And Rockets Thunder is tipping off right now. We'll have another podcast. We hope to do this weekly. It's on pretty much all platforms, if I'm not mistaken, at Real Highlights. And we'll see you in the next one.